Good morning, dear viewers and students. I, Harsh Inania, Assistant Professor from Government Law College Ajmer, is present again to discuss the emergency provisions as contained in our Constitution. So far, we had studied Article 352, Clause 1, and the meaning of the emergency, the types of emergencies, the explanation attached to Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, and the intricacies of Clause 4 and the attached proviso. Okay, so the time limit was mentioned under Clause 4 and the proviso modified the time limit accordingly. So the minimum time limit within which that proclamation of emergency will exist is according to the discretion of the Union Cabinet. So the Union Cabinet may withdraw such proclamation of emergency at any point of time. After that, the time limit will be a period of 1 month within which both the houses of parliament will have to approve the resolutions. After that, if the proclamation of emergency has been approved by the upper house and if the lower house is dissolved from earlier or if the Lok Sabha is dissolved during the period of 1 month, then such proclamation of emergency will extend up till the Lok Sabha first sits and a period of 30 days expires. Okay, so the time limits have to be understood accordingly. Moving on to the next part of Article 352, let us understand Clause 5. A proclamation so approved, which we studied in the earlier clause, okay, so it will have to be approved by the houses of parliament. Therefore, a proclamation so approved shall. Here the word is shall, so it makes it mandatory. Shall, unless revoked, cease to operate on the expiration of a period of 6 months from the date of passing of the second of the resolutions approving the proclamation under clause 4. So now the time limit after the approval of the proclamation shall be a period of 6 months. Okay, so from which date a period of 6 months will be from the approval of the houses. Okay, the second house being the Lok Sabha, the condition which we read in the proviso of clause 4. So 6 months from the date of reconstitution of the Lok Sabha after the expiry of the period of 30 days. Okay, so subject to the maximum limit of 30 days after the reconstitution of the Lok Sabha. So if at any point of time the duration in which the Lok Sabha had passed the resolution, from that particular day till 6 months, the proclamation of emergency will be in existence. Okay, so we have understood it critically. Okay, so after a critical examination of the same, we have understood this particular provision. Okay, so if a multiple choice question is asked to you people that the proclamation of emergency after its approval shall be in existence for a period of, let's say, option A 1 month, option B 2 months, option C 6 months, option D 1 year. So you will have to answer option C, 6 months. If a multiple choice question is asked to you people that such proclamation shall, after the approval of such proclamation, the emergency shall be in existence for at least a period of 6 months. If at all it is not revoked, then kindly answer that the counting of 6 months shall be from which date? Option A, from the date of its approval by the upper house. Option B, from the date on which the resolution was approved by the Rajya Sabha. Option C, from the date on which such resolution was approved by the President or the Union Cabinet. Option C is was approved by the Union Cabinet, and option D is from the date on which such resolution was approved by the Lok Sabha. So you'll have to answer from the date on which it had been approved by Lok Sabha. Clear? So let us also understand the proviso attached to the clause 5, which reads, provided that if and so often as a resolution approving the continuance in force such a proclamation is passed by both the houses of parliament, the proclamation shall, unless revoked, continue in force for a further period of 6 months from the date on which it would have otherwise have ceased to operate under this clause. Okay, so we have to break this and then understand. Okay, now let us understand this. It says that if the approval of such proclamation is made again, okay, for the second time or for the third time and so on, then it shall continue. If let's say for example, if it is approved for the second time, then what happens is, unless and until it is revoked, it shall continue for a further period of 6 months, and the 6 months period will be counted from the date on which it would have otherwise expired. Okay, so had that approval not taken place, then it would have expired on the date of from on a period of 6 months. Okay, so it would have expired after 6 months lapse, but since a second approval is made again, then it shall continue for a further period of 6 months from the date of its expiration. Okay, so we have to understand it accordingly. One major thing which we must take note of is, everywhere we have read that the use of the word unless revoked. So we must understand the play of this term, and that is that if at any point of time the cabinet wants it to be revoked, then it will be revoked. Okay, so it is subject to the discretion of the union executive. Clear? Now let us understand the second proviso attached to the clause 5. The clause 5 mentioned on its outset that after the approval of the proclamation by both the houses, the emergency shall be in existence. If it is not revoked for a period of 6 months, it will be in existence. Secondly, we also understood that it can be even enhanced by making a continued approval. Now let us understand the second proviso, which reads, provided further that if the resolution of the House of People takes place. Okay, so here the situation is the dissolution of House of People is taking place during any such period of 6 months, and a resolution approving the continuance in force of such proclamation has been passed by the Council of States, but no resolution with respect to the continuance in force of such proclamation has been passed by the House of People during the said period. The proclamation shall cease to operate at the expiration of 30 days from the date on which the House of People first sits after its reconstitution, unless before the expiration of the said period of 30 days a resolution approving the continuance in force of the proclamation has also passed by the House of People. So it is very similar to the proviso attached to the clause 4, in which we understood the initial approval of the proclamation of emergency by the Lok Sabha. Okay, that is to say, the House of People. Now we must understand that the continuance of emergency is tried to be approved. Okay, so when we read in clause 4 that initially it has to be approved by the House of People, the similar situation will apply for its continuance for a second term. Okay, so in that situation also there can be a situation in which the House of the People, which we popularly call as the Lok Sabha, might have been dissolved. Okay, so if such a situation arises, and if such a proclamation has been passed by the Council of the States, but the House of the People did not get such an opportunity because it was dissolved, then what will happen is such a proclamation will cease to operate at the expiration of 30 days from the date on which the House of People first sits after its reconstitution. So the maximum period for the approval for the second tenure of the proclamation of emergency is a period of 30 days on from which the House of People is reconstituted and it makes it its first sitting. Okay, clear? And if such a proclamation is approved by the House of People before that period, then so far so good. Okay, so then what happens is such a proclamation of emergency will continue for a further period of 6 months, if at all not revoked earlier. Clear? Now, moving on to the next clause, clause 6 reads, for the purposes of clause 4 and 5, a resolution may be passed by the either House of Parliament only by a majority of the total membership of that House and a majority of not less than 2/3 of the members of that House present and voting. Okay, since the provisions of emergency have to be used very sparingly, we must understand the provision which is provided by clause 6. Okay, so it is acting as a cap. Okay, so if the Union Cabinet in its written approval has submitted to the President of India their intention to invoke the emergency provisions. So it has to be approved by both the houses. Okay? And what happens is it has to be passed not only by the majority of the total membership of the particular house, but also a majority of not less than two-thirds of the members of that house present and voting. So it is very difficult to arrive at such a situation. Okay, so it will not be easily be done, and also it works as a check and balance. Okay, since the invocation of emergency provisions seriously affects the fundamental rights of the people of India as well as the visitors. What happens is these provisions work as for checking the misuse of the emergency provisions. So therefore we must understand is that such resolutions have to be approved by the House of the People, and such approval is not easy because it is consisting of total membership of that particular house as well as two-thirds of the members present and voting. Thank you, dear students, for listening so carefully. So dear viewers, we will continue our series in the coming videos. Keep watching them.